You want to know how fast life can flip on you? Try coming back to your own land, your sanctuary, your hard-earned escape from the world, and find a stranger's mansion squatting right in the middle of it. That's not an exaggeration. I bought 12 acres of rough Texas earth out past the edge of nowhere, beyond where the streetlights give up and the road doesn't even have a name. To most people, it was just a patch of overgrown brush and busted wire. But to me, it was freedom, a place to build something real, something that was finally mine. No neighbors dropping by with casseroles. No HOA notes on my windshield. Just silence, coyotes, and a future I could shape with my own two hands. I found the lot at a county tax auction, buried in a stack of forgotten parcels. No utilities. No development, abandoned for years, but I could see the bones underneath. The Marine Corps taught me to read terrain, and being a surveyor taught me to read paperwork, and people, especially the kind who don't think twice about skipping a detail. I did my due diligence. I paid the taxes. I cleared every old lien, marked every boundary myself with GPS, double-checked every pin. It took months to clear the red tape, but when the deed was finally in my hand, it was ironclad, clean, and locked down under my LLC. Nobody even knew who I was, and that's just how I liked it. At first, the only structure was a sagging old fence and a rotted barn. I put in a trailer, some solar, tapped into an ancient well, started slowly building. Weekends, mostly, driving in from San Antonio. I never introduced myself to the neighbors. Never wanted to. I picked that land because it sat outside the reach of any HOA. Some of the folks over the ridge were part of a development, Ridge View Preserve or something, but my slice was rural, private, forgotten. If anyone ever noticed my presence, they probably assumed it was a hunting lease or some hermit with a trailer. Perfect. So, imagine my shock when one morning I roll up the gravel drive, my gravel drive, the one I laid and leveled, and I'm staring straight at a brand new mansion. I'm talking glass walls, steel, supports, pull-out back, even a damn security gate slapped right across my entrance. There's a sign, West Family Property. No trespassing. For a minute, I sat there in the truck, knuckles white on the wheel, heart pounding, thinking maybe I was losing my mind. I get out, and there's a security camera tracking me. My survey flags are gone, replaced by landscaping, flower beds, fake turf. I'm standing there trying to breathe when a security guard steps out. Young guy, built like he played college ball. He asks if he can help me. I say, sure, you can tell me why there's a McMansion on my land. I show him my deed, my plat map. He barely glances at it before telling me to step away from the gate. This is private property. Yeah, I know. I reply, this is my private property. Then out walks the lady of the house, bleach blonde, white jumpsuit, sunglasses the size of saucers, coffee mug in hand that says, Boss Babe. She's got the air of someone who's never been told no. Ever. She laughs when I explain myself, says I must be confused, that they bought this property through Ridge View Developments, that I'm probably looking for, that dusty lot down the hill. When I insist, she tells her guard to call legal and maybe the sheriff, too, because now I'm trespassing. I tell her, fine, I'll call the county myself. And then, well, things got ugly. She goes inside, but next thing I know she's back with her husband, a guy built like a linebacker, and two of his buddies, the kind who look like they practice takedowns for fun. They start yelling, accusing me of filming, and before I know it, one of them sucker punches me. I don't even get a chance to react before another guy tackles me, and suddenly it's boots and fists and gravel in my teeth. Next thing I remember, I'm in a hospital bed, face swollen, ribs bandaged, the nurse saying some rancher found me in a ditch by the road. But here's the thing, if you think a few bruises were going to scare me off, you don't know Marines or surveyors. The day I got out of the hospital, still moving like an 80-year-old, I went straight to the sheriff's office. I filed charges for assault, gave them everything, names, photos, dash cam footage, even if most of it had been wiped. Then I called Linda, an old friend from the Marines who'd become a bulldog property lawyer, and handed her every scrap of proof I had, my deed, my maps, my receipts. She took one look and said, we're going to war. But that wasn't all. I brought in Ray Mercer, a private investigator who could sniff out a scam faster than you could say fraudulent plat map. He got drone footage, every improvement, every fence post, GPS overlays that showed the entire mansion, pool, and landscaping. Sat squarely on my parcel. Ray found the smoking gun, a forged plat filed by Ridgeview Developments, sneaking my parcel into the public reserve, then selling it off to the Wests. A county official signed off on it, but never checked my original deed. I went straight to the courthouse, demanded copies, and found the name, Thomas Hayes. While Linda filed for an injunction, Ray dug deeper and found out Hayes had suddenly upgraded his truck and bought a lakeside cabin, neither of which matched his salary. It stank of payoff. We pulled every record, took photos, and built our case. When we showed up in court, the West sent a paralegal and tried to buy time. The judge took one look at our evidence, deeds, surveys, drone footage, even tax receipts, since I was the only one who'd paid property taxes, and dropped the hammer. Injunction granted, all activity on the land ceased immediately. For the first time in weeks, I could breathe. But Karen West, the woman in the jumpsuit, wasn't done. She countersued, claiming I was the trespasser, that I'd vandalized her property, threatened her family, even faked evidence. Her husband tried to intimidate me. My truck got keyed. I caught someone lurking outside my apartment. But forensic review torched her evidence. The videos were doctored, the timeline impossible. Their attorney quit. Then Ray handed me a folder, anonymous emails showing Hayes and Ridgeview execs discussing cleaning up maps for a bribe. The internet got wind of it. Karen tried to paint herself as a victim, giving interviews, crying about being harassed by a toxic male squatter. But then the local news picked up the real story. A landowner beaten, defamed, and nearly erased by developers. Suddenly, I wasn't a trespasser. I was the guy fighting back. Neighbors came forward, sharing stories, and the courthouse was packed when our case went to trial. Linda, cool as ever, presented everything, deed, GPS overlays, drone logs, the whole works. When the judge ruled, it was final. The house, the land, all of it, legally, undeniably mine. Karen and her husband were hit with criminal charges, civil penalties, and by the end of it, her life was in ruins. Hayes, the county official, ended up on the wrong side of a grand jury and lost his pension. As for me, I didn't sell. I turned that mansion into a training center for surveyors and property rights. Mounted a plaque at the gate. This house was stolen, then reclaimed. Let it be a lesson. You know what's funny? Months later, I got a letter from Karen. I just wanted to feel important. I didn't think it would end like this. I lost everything. I kept that letter, hung it next to my original survey map as a reminder. Paperwork beats privilege every time. Some folks call that justice. Some folks call it revenge. Me? I just call it peace. But go ahead, tell me, was I right to fight for what was mine? Or did I take it too far? Drop your thoughts below, because out here, the battle for what's fair never really ends. And if you've ever had someone try to steal your peace, your home, or your piece of earth, share your story. Let's make sure these battles don't happen in the dark.